Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Chantel, and today I'm going to talk about how much it costs to run a blog. Now we're going to start out by answering, can you start a blog for free? Then I'm going to talk about how to start a blog like as cheap as possible, bare bones, but like still possible to make money from this bare bones start. And then I'm going to share how much I spend on a blog each year. So let's just dive right into it. So the first question, can you start a blog for free? And the answer is really no, not if you want to make money from it. You can start a free blog. You can use WordPress.com. So it's like your website name .wordpress.com. You can do that for free. But if you want to actually turn this into a business, that will look unprofessional, not help you with search rankings, and also not allow you to do certain things that you'll need to do. So while you could start a blog for free, I would not recommend it if it's something that you want to make money from. Okay, so let's talk about how to start a blog as cheaply as possible. I am going to show you the different things that you need to run a blog. Honestly, it's not very many. It's probably less than you expect. So the first thing you're going to need is you are going to need to pay for a domain. So a domain is your website name, your website address that you pay for. So like myawesomewebsite.com. That is your domain. Now these can range in pricing, but for me, so I'll go off of my average. I spend about $15 a year to pay for my domain. So that is going to be our first cost. Is if you want to have a website that is not on something like .wordpress.com, then you're gonna have to pay for your domain, and it'll be about $15 a year. Okay, so after your domain, you're gonna need to have hosting for your website. So that's like where it's hosted online. And the easiest place and like the cheapest place really to start with this is a place called Bluehost. I used this for a number of years and it worked really well for me until my website got too big. So this is a great place to start. So if you go to Bluehost website, you'll see it starts at $3.95 a month. I'm currently on the US site, so depending where you live, the pricing might be a little bit different. This is all the different things that you'll get for this price. Now, there is a little catch here, which I want to show you. So we click Get Started. Let's say we're going to select this basic one, which for most people is all they would want. You'd want one website that's got enough storage and bandwidth for you. The SSL certificate just means you can have an HTTPS website. Here's all the different things. If you're like me and you like to buy a million different websites and work on them, then maybe one of these higher packages would work better for you. But just starting out, let's say we're going to pick the $3.95 a month. We're going to create our domain later because I just want to show you this one thing right here. So you would fill in all your information here, but here's the catch. So this $3.95 a month is for 3 years. So that comes out to $142 for 3 years. Now, that might be okay with you, but if you are just starting out with blogging, maybe you don't have $142 to spend on your hosting, or maybe you're not sure if you're actually really going to do this and you want to just give it a try for a year. So you might want to come here and switch this to the 12-month pricing, which would mean $5.95 a month, which would come to about $72 for the year. Once again, even like $6 is not a bad price a month, and $72 for the year is pretty good. So once you have your domain and you have your hosting, the next thing that to me you need is a newsletter. I like to send out a newsletter every couple weeks or once a month for my different sites. I personally pay for mine now, which I will show you in a bit what I use. But if you want to, you're just starting out and you want to start cheap, you can use a free site. So a website I have used in the past is MailChimp.com, and they have everything for you. They have a free, show you here, they have free accounts for up to 1,000 subscribers. So right here, free, actually they've changed it over the years here. You can have 2,000 subscribers for free. So if you're just starting out, I personally would just go this route. In the future, if you want to upgrade and switch email servers, that's fine. But this is a really good way to keep your costs down. So with MailChimp, you can start for $0 and you don't have to upgrade until you hit 2,000 subscribers. I like sending out regular newsletters because I can keep in touch with my audience. It helps me in case, like if my site ever went down or YouTube ever went down or anything like that, I have their emails and I can get a hold of them even if everything else breaks down. So we've got our domain, we've got our hosting, and we've got our newsletter. Personally, for me, I would say if you're starting a blog, that you need to have some kind of Pinterest management tool. I think from what I know, the only real one out there these days is Tailwind. So on Tailwind, you can schedule Pinterest posts, and I often schedule multiple a day, so it automatically posts for me, and it gets my pins out there to a wider audience. To me, my Pinterest traffic is crucial to making money. So while Tailwind is more on the pricey side when you compare it to everything else you're paying for, to me it's way worth it because because of this my money actually comes in. I have a link I can put down below for a free month trial with Tailwind. So once you have tried your free month, one thing you'll notice here is they have different plans and pricing. So here we've got Pinterest Plus. It has $9.99 a month. You can pay annually to save $100, or to save $60, sorry. If you paid monthly, it would be $15 a month. So I like to pay annually because, why not save myself $60? So this is for a Pinterest profile, unlimited scheduling, all sorts of different things. So $9.99 a month comes out to $120 a year, which really isn't that much when you think about the potential income. Okay, so I have my calculator here. If we are gonna spend $15 a year on our domain, and let's say we went and we only got 1 year of hosting instead of 3, so we were paying $72 for the year, plus $120 for Tailwind, that comes out to $207 for the year for a blog. Let's divide that by 12 so that you can see that for 1 month, you're paying $17.25. Now, to start a business, I would find it really hard to find any other business that you could start for under $20 a month. And honestly, the income potential is huge. You can start that cheap and you can invest into your blog and into the different tools that you use and increase your money dramatically. So I thought it would be interesting to take a look at how much money I spend right now on my websites. I have a few different ones. So what I thought I would do is pick one and just figure it out based on that one. So one thing that didn't change is my domain is $15 a month is the average. I'm gonna go with my homeschool site here because that really is my main source of income, I guess. So we'll stick to that one. So I spend $15 a year for my domain. Now my hosting has gone up because I have a decent amount of traffic to my site, and so I needed to spend more money on that. So for that, it has two different prices actually. So I spend $35 a month as well as $137 a year. Then for my newsletter, I use a website called Birdsend. I switched to Birdsend a few years ago because I was paying a lot of money through ConvertKit, which is a very popular newsletter site, and I didn't even like their back end, and I was paying way too much. And so when I came across Birdsend, I was really excited. Birdsend has incredibly great pricing. So if you have, let's say you have your 1,000 contacts already or 2,000 contacts because you wanted to bump up from your free newsletter. So you could be paying $15 a month for 5,000 contacts, which is crazy. I currently pay, so their billed yearly is 15 months for the price of 12 when you pay yearly. So I pay $700 a year, but that's actually 15 months because of the contact number that I have. Now for the purpose of this example, I'm going to take 700 and I am going to divide it by 12, I will divide it by 15 actually, sorry, because it's for 15 months. And that will show you how much I pay for my newsletter. But something to keep in mind is this is the same newsletter subscription that I have for 4 different email lists. So if you were only using one website for this email list, this would be a lot cheaper. But I pay $700 a year for 4 different websites, actually a year plus a few months. Okay, so then after that, I pay $120 every year for Tailwind. And then the only other thing that I pay for is advertising, but how I do it is I do giveaways. I know lots of people do Facebook advertising and Pinterest advertising and whatever, and that's fine. There's a few different reasons I don't do it like that, partly just because I don't want to learn it. Maybe just taking the cheater's way out. But I really enjoy giveaways. I enjoy giving away some of my favorite resources and books. And like, honestly, it's like 99% of the time I give away books. But to me, that is a good way that people come to my site, they share my site, they do all of those kinds of things. To me, it works just as effectively as advertising. It makes it easier for me. And yeah, so I will often spend, like on my homeschool site, maybe $100 a year on advertising / giveaways. So if I take all of this, so if I have $15 for my domain, $35 a month plus $137 a year for my hosting, $700 divided by 15 months for my newsletter, $120 for Tailwind, and that would all get me to $869.67. So I figured, why not just round it up to $1,000 for some giveaways? So that would mean that I spend $83.33 a month on one of my websites. Now, when I think about how much money that website brings in for me, like, that's peanuts. You think about if you were trying to start like a brick and mortar business, or, you know, even a product-based business where you had like physical products, there's no way you can do that for under $100 a month. So yeah, I just thought it would be interesting to share how much it actually costs to run a blog. I mean, no, it's not free. You shouldn't be doing it for free, because then you're not getting the best stuff out there, but it really doesn't cost that much money. So I don't think pricing should be something that keeps someone away from it. I hope this video was helpful and informative and helps you out along your blogging and online income journey. If you have any suggestions on videos that you would like to see in the future, just leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.